Namaste children, how are you all? I hope you are fine. Welcome to today's session. Children, today class we are going to continue same topic direct and inverse proportion. In that today class we are going to learn about inverse proportion. Inverse proportion. Last class we learned about direct proportion. What is direct proportion, beta? Sir, when the two quantities are increased or when the two quantities are decreased, then the ratio of their corresponding values remains the same. In such case, those two quantities are said to be in direct proportion. And today class, let's see what is meant by inverse proportion. When we can say that two quantities are inverse proportion, let us see first with the help of some example. Let me take one example. Here I am taking two quantities. One quantity I am taking like number of workers, and second quantity I am taking time. So let me take the first quantity x and the second quantity is y. I am taking two quantities, number of workers and time. Suppose if the number of workers are 100, they will complete the work in 5 days. How many days? 5 days. If suppose number of workers are 50, they will complete the work in 10 days. If the number of workers are 25, can you tell me now how many days they will take? 100, 5 days, 50, double, 10 days, 25 means how many days? They will take 20 days. Here we can see when the number of workers are decreasing 100 to 50, 50 to 25, number of workers are decreasing. We can observe that when the number of workers are decreasing, the number of days it will take points. I am taking in days. Number of days I am taking time. So 5 to 10, 10 to 20, number of days are increasing. Number of days are increasing. First quantity is increasing. First quantity is decreasing. Second quantity is increasing. You can see here two quantities x and y are said to be inverse proportion. Here we have two quantities x and y. One is number of workers and next quantity is number of days. These two quantities are said to be direct proportion if inverse increase in x causes proportional to decrease in y. If the x is increasing, y will decrease, it seems. If x is decreasing, y will increase. In such a manner that the product of their corresponding values remains the constant. So when one quantity is decreasing, other quantity is increasing, in such case the product of the corresponding values will give the same constant, it seems. Let me take the corresponding values of the first quantity x, like I will take x1, x2 and x3. The corresponding values of second quantity y, I will take y1, y2 and y3. Now we will find the product of the corresponding values. The product of the corresponding values means x1 into y1. x1 into y1. Next we will find x2 into y2. Again we go with x3 into y3. x1 into y1 will write 100 into 50. x2 into y2 will write 50 into 10. x3 into y3 will write 25 into 20. 5 into 5 ones are 5, 3 zeros, 5000. Yes, here how many beta? 100 into 5 now? 100 into 5, 500, sorry. 5 ones are 5, 2 zeros, 500. 25 twos are 50, 10, 500. x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. The product of corresponding values remains the constant. What is the constant here? 500. So we can write x1 into y1 is equal x2 into y2 is equal x3 into y3 is equal some constant k. The product of the corresponding values remains the same constant. X into y, first quantity into second quantity gives us some constant. then x and y are vary inversely. Then we can say that the first quantity and second quantity are inverse proportion. Here they said corresponding values of y you can take y1, y2, y3, and corresponding values of x will take x1, x2, x3. So this is about direct proportion. Hope it is clear. Two quantities are said to be inverse proportion. Sorry, it is inverse proportion. Two quantities are said to be inverse proportion. The first quantity, if the first quantity is decreasing, second quantity increase. If the first quantity is increasing, second quantity decrease. Both are inversely. Then, in such case, the product of corresponding values remains the same constant. Then we can say that the first quantity x is inversely proportional to the second quantity y. Let us see some applications based on this inverse proportion. Yes, see, here we have some problems from exercise 13.2. From exercise 13.2, here we have second problem. Let's see here. In a television game show, the prize money of 1 lakh is to be divided equally among the winners. Complete the following table. So the television show, they are giving prize money how much? 1 lakh rupees. And this 1 lakh they are dividing equally to the winners. Number of winners. If suppose only one winner is there, only one person is the winner, that one person is going to get how many rupees? Total amount 1 lakh rupees. If suppose two winners are there, so that 1 lakh rupees they will divide equally for these two winners. So that 1 lakh, when they divide two winners equally, each winner will get how much? 50,000 rupees. So when they are dividing like that, if there are 4 winners, what is the prize money of each winner? If there are 10 winners, what is the prize money of each winner? So these unknown values we need to find. And one thing we can see beta, when the number of winners are increasing, what about this prize money? Prize money is going to decrease. The reason, one winner is there, they will get 1 lakh rupees. Two winners are there, half of that 1 lakh, 50,000. So when the number of winners are increasing, the amount will be decrease. But because same 1 lakh only they want to divide to equal parts now. So 2 equal parts, 50,000. 8 equal parts, less than 50,000. Here we can confirm that when the number of winners are increasing, the prize money of each winner is decrease. So when one quantity is increasing, other quantity is decreasing, it is in inverse proportion. So we can write here, it is inverse proportion. It is inverse proportion. So let me take the first quantity is x and the second quantity is y. The corresponding values of the x, first quantity will take x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6 and x7. And the corresponding values of y, y1, y2, y3, y4, y5, y6 and y7. Now by using this, we will try to find this all unknown values. So when the terms are when the two quantities are inverse proportion, the product of corresponding values remains the constant, same constant. So let us multiply x1 into y1. Now to find y2, the product of corresponding values remains the same. x1 into y1 is equal to, sorry, y2 already there, we'll go with y3 to find the y3. The product of corresponding values x1 into y1 is equal to x3 into y3. With the help of this, I am trying to find remaining all. Or else we can, with the help of this also can find the remaining all. This is the basic, no? One winner, 1 lakh. Or else you can take this also and find the remaining. Now with the help of this, I am trying to find the remaining. x1 into y1. We can write here x1 into y1. The product of corresponding values remains the same constant is equal to x3 into y3. x3 into y3. What is x1 into y1 beta? 1 into 1 lakh. 1 into 1 lakh is equal to the value of x3 is how much? 4 into y3. We don't know, we have to find y3. So 1 lakh into 1, which is 1 lakh only, is equal to y3. Now transpose this into 4 by 4. 4 ones are 4. 4 twos are 8. 2 left. 4 fives are 20. 3 zeros. So what is the prize money of each winner? 25,000. 25,000. When there are 4 winners, the prize money of each winner is 25,000 rupees. How much? 25,000 rupees. Next, if there are 5 winners, what is the prize money of each winner? Now we try to find the y4 by using this x1, y1 and x4. By using this x4. Now we'll go to find y4. To find the y4. The product of corresponding values x1 into y1. x1 into y1 is equal to how much beta? x4 into y4. So x1 into y1, 1 into 1 lakh. So 1 into 1 lakh is equal to how much? x4, 5 into y4. Now 1 into 1 lakh is how much? 1 lakh is equal to y4. This into 5 will transpose by 5. 5 ones are 5. 5 twos are 10. 5 0 0. 5 0 0. 5 0 0. 5 0 0. The prize money of each winner is equal to how much? 20,000 rupees. When there are 5 winners, the prize money of each winner is 20,000 rupees. You can see the prize money is increasing. The reason winners are increasing. So similarly, we will find y5. To find y5. So to find y5. So how can we find y5? The product of corresponding values x1 into y1 is equal to x5 into y5. Where x1 is 1. 1 into 1 lakh. 1 into 1 lakh is equal to x5. 8 into y5 we have to find. So 1 lakh into 1 lakh. Sorry, is equal to here. Is equal to y5. This into 8 you can transpose by 8. 8 1s 8. 8 1s 8. 2 left. 8 2s are 16. 4 left. 8 5s are 40. 2 zeros. So which is 12,500. The prize money of each winner is 12,500 when the number of winners are 8. When the number of winners are 8. Now to find y6. To find y6. I mean, if the number of winners are 10, what is the prize money of each winner? So same we can take the product of corresponding values remains the same. x1 into y1 is equal to x6 into y6. x1 into y1 is equal to x6 into y6. What is x1 into y1? 1 into 1 lakh. 1 into 1 lakh is equal to x6 is what? 10. 10 into y6. 1 into 1 lakh. 1 lakh is equal to y6. And into 10 you can transpose by 10. 1 0 1 0 cancel. So what is the prize money of? What is the prize money here? 10,000 rupees. Sir, if there are 10 winners, the prize money of each winner is 10,000 rupees. If suppose there are 20 winners, to find y7. If there are 20 winners, what is the price for each winner? What is the prize money of each winner? The product of corresponding values x1 into y1 is equal to x7 into y7. 1 into 1 lakh. 1 into 1 lakh is equal to what is x7? 20. 20 winners into y7 we have to find. So 1 into 1 lakh gives 1 lakh is equal to y7 into 20 can transpose by 20. 1 0 1 0 cancel. 2 1s are 2 5s are 10. 2 0 0 2 0 0 2 0 0. 5,000 is equal to how much? y7. It means if there are 20 winners, the prize money of each winner is 5,000 rupees. Like that we can find applications based on the inverse proportion. Yes, here we have some applications. Let's see fourth bit. If a box of sweets is divided among 24 children they will get 5 sweets each. So if they distribute to 24 children, each child will get 5 sweets. How many would each, if the number of children are reduced by 4, reduced by 4, decreased by 4. Now present we have 24 children. Reduced, if I reduce 4, number of children will become 20. So here first we need to identify what are the two quantities. 24 children, I mean number of children, first quantity. And the second quantity is sweets for each child. Sweets for each child. So these are the two quantities. So first quantity is number of children. First quantity is number of children. And the second quantity is sweets for each child. Sweets for each child. Or else you can write number of sweets. Number of sweets for each child. They said here 24 children. If the number of children are 24, each child will get 5 sweets. Now if I reduce the number of children 4, present number of children 24, if I reduce 4, number of children are only 20. Number of children are 20. Now we can see better, if 24 children will get each one 5 sweets, then 20 children will get more than 5. Because when the number of children are reducing, we can give more sweets to each child. See here, when the number of children are reducing, sweets for each child will be increased. If there are 24 children, they give 5 sweets for each. If there are 20 children, they may give more than 5. Why number of children are decreasing? No, they can give more than 5 sweets also. So here one quantity is decreasing, other quantity is increasing. So it is in inverse proportion. What we can do better? It is inverse proportion. So when it is inverse proportion, the product of corresponding values gives the same constant. The first quantity I will take x, second quantity is y. The corresponding values of first quantity is x1 and next x2. The corresponding values of second quantity is y1 and y2. So here we need to find y2. So if it is inverse proportion, what condition we have better? The product of corresponding values gives the same constant x1 into y1. Yes, we can write here. We know that x1 into y1 is equal to x2 into y2. So x1 into y1, 24 into 5 is equal to 20 into y2. Now let us find the y2 value. 24 into 5 is equal to y2. To find the y2, this into 20 can transpose better. It becomes y20. 5 ones are 5, 5 fours are 20. 4 ones are 4, 4 six are 24. 6 is equal to y2. It means each child will get how many sweets? 6 sweets. When the number of children are 20, the number of sweets for each child is 6. Right? We can write if number of children are 20, then sweets for each child. Sweets for each child. So each child will get how many sweets better? 6 sweets. Like that you can find by using the concept of inverse proportion. Let us see one more seventh one. A batch of bottles were packed in 25 boxes. 12 bottles in each box. Here we can see immediately what are the two quantities. How many boxes? 25 boxes. Number of boxes is the first quantity. So how many bottles in each box? 12 bottles. The number of bottles in each box, second quantity. If the same batch is packed using 20 bottles in each box, how many boxes would be filled? So here we can see the two quantities. One is number of boxes. The first quantity is what better? Number of boxes. And the next quantity is number of bottles. Number of bottles in each box. number of bottles in each box. If the number of boxes 25, then bottles in each box how many it seems? 12. Similarly, if same batch is packed using 20 bottles in each box, in each box how many? If they pack 20 bottles, how many boxes would be filled? How many boxes would be filled? They are asking. See beta, here the number of bottles in each box are increasing. So number of bottles in each box are increasing. If there are 25 boxes, they filled in each box 12 bottles it seems. So when the number of bottles in each box are increasing, number of boxes will be decrease. So here both quantities are in inverse order. It means it is in inverse proportion. It is in inverse proportion. If two quantities are inverse proportion, what is the relation we have? The product of the corresponding values remains the same. It is inverse proportion. It is inverse proportion. So the product of corresponding values, first quantity let me take some x and the second quantity is y, and the corresponding values of first quantity are x1, y1, and the corresponding values of second quantity are y1, y2. Now multiply the corresponding values. x1 into y1 is equal to how much? x2. Sorry, here x2 you take better. x2 no? x2 into y2. x1 into y1, 25 into 12 is equal to x2 into y2. x2 into what is y2? 20. Now find the value of x2 by transposing 20 this side. So 25 into 12 is equal to x2 into 20 is a transpose by 20. 4 3 is 12, 4 5 is 20. 5 1 is 5, 5 5 is 25. So here 5 into 3 is equal to how much? x2. 5 3 is 15 is equal to how much? x2. So here you can see better. How much I got x3? x2 15. So if number of bottles in each box 12, they need 25 boxes. If the number of boxes in each box, number of bottles in each box 20, number of bottles in each box are increasing. So we need less number of box. 15 only we need. First one quantity increasing, other quantity decreasing. So like that we can find. Here we have ninth one beta. They said a car takes 2 hours to reach a destination by traveling at the speed of 60 km per hour. 2 hours speed of 60 km per hour. Here we can catch the two quantities. The first quantity is time, how many hours, and the second quantity is speed of the car. How long will it take when the car travels at the speed of 80 km per hour? If I increase the speed, we can take less time. 60 km per hour, 2 hours. When 80 km per hour, when the speed is increasing, the time taken will be reduced. One quantity increase, other quantity decrease. If the speed of the car is increasing, time taken to travel will decrease. One quantity increase, other quantity decrease. Now it is in inverse proportion. So here the two quantities are, one is time, how many hours it is taking, and the second quantity is speed, and which we are going to measure here, kilometer per hour. So what is the time beta here? 2 hours. Speed of 60 km per hour. If car travels 80 km per hour, so how long will it take? How much time it will take? They are asking. Yes. When the speed is increasing, automatically time is going to reduce. If I increase the speed, we can reach early. It means time will be reduced. One quantity increasing, other quantity decreasing. So what we can write now? Yes, it is inverse proportion. It is in inverse proportion. So when it is inverse proportion, the product of corresponding values remains the same constant. First quantity take x and the second quantity is y. The corresponding values of x are x1, x2. The corresponding values of y are y1, y2. If it is inverse proportion, the product of corresponding values remains the same. The product of corresponding values x1 into y1 is equal to x2 into y2. From here we need to find the value of x2. 2 into 60, x1 into y1, 2 into 60 is equal to x2 into what is y value? 80. Now we need to find the x2 by transposing 80 this side. 2 into 60 is equal to how much? x2. Now into 80 if I transpose by 80, 0, 0 cancel. 2 1s are 4, 2 4s are 8. 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6. I got here 3 by 2 is equal to x2. It means 1.5 better. 1.5 is equal to x2. 1.5 I got. 1.5 means it will take how much time? 1.5 hour. That's all. We can write here time is equal to 1.5 hour. It means 1.5 hour. That's all. Next you can see one more better. Here we have one more question. 10 to 1. You can see the solution. 2 persons would fit new windows in a house in 3 days. Here the two quantities are number of persons and the number of days. If 2 persons are going to fit the windows, they will take 3 days. One of the person fell ill before the work started. How long would the job taken now? One of the person out of 2 persons, one person is not feeling well, it seems. So the work done by only one person. That one person will take how much time they are asking. Next, how many persons would be needed to fit the windows in only 1 day? To fit only in 1 day, how many persons are required they are asking. See in this work, when the number of persons are increasing, we can finish the work early, number of days will reduce. When the number of persons are increasing, work will reduce. Time will reduce. One quantity increasing, other quantity decreasing. So here the two quantities are number of persons. One is number of persons and the other quantity is number of days. Other quantity is number of days. So let me take the number of persons, first quantity x and the number of days I am taking y. So 2 persons will take 3 days. 2 persons will take 3 days. One of the person is not feeling well, so one of the person left from these 2. Now only one more left. That one more will take how many days? Next, how many persons would be needed? How many persons would be needed to complete the work in only 1 day? To complete the work in only 1 day. And here you can see better. When the number of persons are decreasing, number of days are going to increase. If there are more members, they can complete the work fastly. If there are less members, they will take some more time. That's all. It is in inverse proportion. Yes, it is inverse proportion. So once if it is inverse proportion, we know the corresponding values of x are x1 and x2 and x3. The corresponding values of y are y1, y2 and y3. Now by using this, we will find the x2. Yes. Now to find x2. How can I find x2 better? Sir, if it is inverse proportion, we have a condition. No sir, the product of corresponding values remains the same. If it is direct proportion, the ratio of the corresponding values remains the same. If it is inverse proportion, the product of corresponding values remains the same. So here the product is x1 into y1 is equal to x2 into y2. So x1 into y1, 2 into 3 is equal to x2 into y2, 1 into y2. So 2 3 is 6 is equal to y2. If there is only one person, it will take how many days? 6 days. And the next you can go to find x3. To find x3 we have to find. How? By using this known quantity x1 and y1. So if it is inverse proportion, the product of corresponding values x1 into y1 is equal to x3 into y3. Yes. Now you can see better here. x1 into y1. What is x1 into y1 here? 2 into 3. 2 into 3 is equal, right? x3 we have to find into y3 is what? 1. 2 3 is 6 is equal to x3. What is meant by x3 here? Number of persons. How many persons are required? 6 members. To complete the work within one day, we need 6 members. Hope it is clear to all. Today class we learned what is inverse proportion and also we solved some of the applications based on inverse proportion. Children, what you understood about inverse proportion? Inverse proportion means when we have two quantities, when the first quantity is increasing, second quantity will be decrease, or if one quantity is decreasing, other quantity will be increase. In such case, we can see that the product of corresponding values remains the same. So this is about inverse proportion. Thank you. Hope it is clear to all. Based on this knowledge, you try to complete the remaining problems from exercise 13.2 in your classwork. Thank you once again. We will meet next class.